Hi guys, how's it going today? I had a viewer request that asked me, how do you touch up faces just to kind of improve the overall appearance, reduce wrinkles, make them look a little bit better? So that is what we're going to do today. I have this photo that my husband and I took of ourselves the other day. We set the timer, ran out there, smiled, and got this capture. Absolutely love it. But I would like to change a little bit about our face. One thing I want to show you real quick, the tab key on the left side of your keyboard will toggle your windows on and off. So if you don't want to see all your things, you can press the tab key and kind of get a bigger view. If you wanted to like blow it up and see everything edge to edge, you can hit your tab key. So it's super fun little quick fact. All right, here we go. The first thing I want to do is work on our little fine lines, wrinkles under the eyes. And I'm going to do another video that has someone with a little bit more wrinkles, fine lines, and things like that. But we're going to start here. So what I want to do is use my clone stamp, keyboard shortcut S, or click right here. Normal mode, we're going to switch to lighten because we want to lighten the shadows that we see. And opacity, 23% is good. I'm going to zoom in using Control+++. If you use a Mac, you'll have to change my PC speech to Mac, but Control Plus gets you there. And now I'm just going to Alt click and just kind of brush. This is all one single mouse click that I'm running over this. I'm going to Alt click again, run over it again, and maybe one more time, Alt click, just hit right here. So yes, I can completely take this away and make me look completely smooth, but it looks a little unnatural. So we're leaving a little bit. All right, over on this side, Alt click. There we go, Alt click. There we go. I made my brush a little smaller so I can get right in here without like going outside my face because that would be weird. I use Control Z to undo that brush stroke. There we go. Now let's look at the before and after here. Before, after. Just a little bit smoother, a little bit softer. And I'm going to go in and do that anywhere that there is a shadow on my face. I'm just going to Alt click and just reduce it just a little bit. It gives everything a softer appearance. Undo. There we go. I'm good with that. Same thing on him. Alt click real quick. He doesn't have as many. There we go. Good. Good with that. All right. I do have, I don't know, if you zoom way in, we have a little imperfection here. We're just going to grab our, what do they call this? Spot healing brush. There's also the heal brush tool. I like this spot healing brush because you don't have to alt click. You just click once and it's gone. Here, click once and it's gone. I know some people that use this to take away the fine lines or whatnot. To me, it starts to look a little weird. I mean, like, what's going on there? That's weird. So we're not going to do that. I'm just using click, click, click just to take off any little imperfections that we might see. I'm really being nitpicky, but I'm just kind of trying to show you what you can do. So that's good. Next, I want to, this is like one of my most favorite things, learn this at a convention, PPMA convention years ago, whiten teeth. So there's, like, you could go in here and brush and whiten and be real nitpicky with it, or watch this. So we just grab our quick selection tool, keyboard shortcut W, make it just a little bit bigger, and get his teeth. Now, I don't mind if his lips are selected, but I don't want his facial skin selected. So I hit the minus. I'm going to do the same thing for me. There we go. Add my teeth. All right, and then I'm just going to use my action. If you need a copy of my actions, Gretchen at GretchenOtero.com. I'll email them over to you, and boom, you click whiten teeth. If you want to know how that actually happened, if you don't have my actions and for some reason you haven't emailed me, what this is a saturation slider. In yellow mode, desaturate, and lighten. But instead of doing all that, I just click this one button. So before, after. I love it. I flatten it with F8. You can click F8 here or layer flatten if you don't have a copy of my actions. There we go. So we're looking better. One thing that I saw that I wanted to clone stamp lighten maybe 30%. I'm not into this thing above my lip. Everybody has things that they don't like. So there we go. And I'm just going to hit these fine lines just a little more. Fabulous. Loving that. Okay, so makeup. Let's put on a little more eyeliner, make my eyes pop just a little bit more. So we're going to go over here to our burn tool. It might be, you might see it here as a pen. You might see it here as a sponge. We just right click, select burn tool, plus, plus, plus. Midtones, 26% is fine. We zoom way in, make this way smaller, and we just outline the eyes. There we go. Fabulous. You can do the same. You can also add a little blush with some cheeks, or add some cheeks with some blush. I feel like that last stroke was a little too much. I'm using my history states over here. I'm going to go back one by clicking here. I'm going to use my history brush at 50% and just do that. And then let's just check out the before and after on my eyes and face, before, after. That's a nice little pop. I like that a lot. So now we're going to grab our sponge tool, and we're just going to make sure our eyes are nice and white. I always have this little red spot in my eyes, so we're just going to take that out. You know, maybe you have somebody with allergies, their eyes are red. You can use your sponge tool to whiten those up. His are probably pretty good. We're still going to hit it just a little bit. And then I want to grab my dodge tool because we're going to lighten some things. I'm going to hit this catch light, click, 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 click. And then the bottom of the eye. I don't want to lighten the whole eye because then we're going to start to look weird, like a zombie. So I just lightened the bottom of the eye. So let's kind of look here and after. I'm going to do the same for him, just the bottom, hit the catch light, click, 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 click. Very nice. And then I do want to grab my burn tool because we're going to darken the pupil with maybe just a click or two. That was 2 clicks per eye. And then I like to do this outer edge right there. And that's just a single click per side. Same on me. I feel like that's too much, so we're going to go back and fix it. Click, 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 click. And then I'm just going to go back to a history state here. Over here, grab my history brush. This is like an undo brush. Super cool. And I'm just going to hit that right there and undo that a little bit. So let's check out our before and after on the eyes. Before, after. It's just a little bit of a pop, a little more pizzazz. All right. I like that a lot. One thing that the morning we were doing these pictures, honestly, it was just I needed branding headshots. So I was like, come to the park, take photos of me. But of course, I wanted him in a couple. I did not give him any warning, like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, put on a nice shirt. So he hadn't shaved. So I did shave him a little bit more in our photos. It doesn't bother me. I think it looks cute, but he was like, oh, I haven't shaved. So I use my eyedropper tool here. I'm selecting a darker chin tone. I click, it sets the color here, and then I'm going to grab my brush. I'm going to say lighten 14%. So now this is going to kind of just lighten this stubble slightly. Just lessens it some. There we go. This is great when, maybe you're doing an executive headshot. They come in at 4:30 and they're just not, as freshly shaved as they would like to be. So for under the chin, I don't want to hit it with this white color because then it's not going to look good. So I'm going to eyedropper tool again and pick a darker color under here. Not the darkest, but a darker. and go back to my lighten mode, 14%, and zoom in and just hit that. I don't know what that is, but it's bothering me. Y'all see this like bright pixel? We're just going to clone stamp that normal 100%. There we go. By the way, if you don't want to always be like click and clone, lighten 100%, you can make your own tools down here. This is just how I do it. Maybe one day I'll make those tools and we'll have them. So anyways, I do want to go back and add a little bit more definition. So I'm going to grab my burn tool and I just darkened that just a little bit just to say, okay, here is my face, there's my neck. They're two different things. Lovely, lovely. Guys, I really like this. I do want to show you Sparkle Eyes because it is a fun action that I have here. If you'd like a copy of my action, Gretchen at GretchenOtero.com. But we just click Sparkle Eyes. Nothing happens. What actually happens is it applies two unsharp masks, then goes back to the history state before that, but then it selects the history brush tool forward. So our history brush becomes a future brush. If you didn't understand any of that, that's completely fine. Just know if you click Sparkle Eyes, your history brush is going to be selected, and then you can go in, usually like 40% opacity, and click on anything that you want to shine. We want our eyes to shine. Um, we want this necklace to shine. Maybe we want to zoom down here, make this ring shine. And we can do our, here's before and after. We're just a little more shiny, and I like that. Awesome, guys. So that is my basic face retouching. If you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. If you want a copy of my tools and actions, Gretchen at GretchenOtero.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. If you have a special request, I would absolutely love to hear it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.